What's cracking, big dogs? Sunday morning.
Y'all haven't got a live stream from me on the Sunday morning since I was a little girl.
Been a minute. Been a few minutes. Been a few thousand minutes. I actually wonder how many minutes it's been since I've done a Sunday live stream. It has to be over 1 million minutes, right? How many minutes are in a year? Let's see. We got 60 minutes an hour. We've got 3,600 minutes in a day. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to start this off with some math. So say it's been, there's 3,600 minutes in a day. We're going to times that by 365. We're going to times that by, let's say we haven't live streamed on a Sunday. Did I do it last year? I feel like I didn't do it last year. So we're going to go in 1.8 years. All right. It's been 2,365,200,000 minutes. 200 minutes. A lot of 100,000 minutes in there. Since we did a Sunday live stream, what's cracking? I know a lot of people do Sunday live streams, you know, a lot of fantasy football people, but I'm like, fuck it. I think you guys would rather hang out with me. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take some Q&A live streams. I like the Sunday live streams more now than I do the other live streams because there's no, like, pressure on me. Like, you guys can ask me a million questions, and I could also just be like, fuck it, I'm not answering none of them. But I'm going to answer some of y'all's questions. We're going to go over some of the pressing topics because it's been a little bit wild over the last 24, 48 hours, and I've had to update my rankings like 270 times. It's been a pain in my dick, so I just figured let's just hop on it. Let's do it live. Let's talk this through. Let's cry together. Let's succeed together, right? That's what friends are for. And we're going to set my lineups. So we've got a lot of lineup decisions today. I've got some questions for y'all. I might just let you set my lineups, to be honest. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Oh, we big loud. What's good? What's good? All right, let's look at some of the questions in the chat real quick. We'll start off with some value. We'll start off with some sit-start questions that don't piss me off. Yeah, so we got a lot of news dropping within the last 24 hours where we have Mark Andrews is now out along with basically the entire Baltimore team. So they're down Lamar Jackson, they're down J.K. Dobbins, they're down Mark Ingram, they're down multiple offensive linemen, they are down Mark Andrews now, obviously. So it's getting messy out there, which moves Pittsburgh up to my number one defense of the week because everybody's out. So with Andrews out, he was like my number 5-ish tight end or so. So it hurts the position overall a little bit, but like he fucking stunk anyways. I do think that Gesicki makes a lot of sense as like a fill-in guy that you might be able to grab with Fitzpatrick in because Tua is doubtful. He hasn't been ruled out officially. So some guys that have not been ruled out officially, I don't think yet, but are doubtful. We've got Tua, who might be out multiple weeks, they said. We have Kalen Ballage, and we have Julio Jones. So Julio out obviously elevates a guy like Russell Gage. It downgrades the offense overall. So a guy like Julio Jones or a guy like Matt Ryan stonks are on the downfall. We've got Fitzpatrick in, which shoots Devontae Parker up. And I actually made a TikTok this morning about Devontae Parker. So if you're not following us on the talk, make sure you do so. Let me find out what our fucking username is. I've tried to make our username the same across all platforms. So it's at BDGE _. Boom. Okay, so you'll see it. Instagram. This is so hard to do this. Instagram is at BDGE 2_. Twitter is at BDGE 2_. TikTok at BDGE 2_. So we're out here fucking. We're doing stonk reports on TikTok from now on. So make sure you're following everywhere at BDG _. Okay. So with Fitz in, you like Gesicki, you like Parker. Obviously, Preston Williams is still out, so that's going to be a target funnel to those two guys. Salvin Ahmed out. Myles Gaskin's going to be active. I'm not really sure what to expect out of the backfield. If he is getting some play time, Matt Breida is obviously going to be involved. Patrick Laird's going to be involved. Malcolm Perry is going to be involved. Malcolm Perry's a guy who's been getting a lot of run. He's running a ton of routes, so I wouldn't be surprised if he starts making a little bit of a fantasy impact. If you're in deeper leagues, Malcolm Perry might be a guy to stash over there out in Miami. Fitz moves up to, I think, quarterback 11 or 12 for me, so he is a quarterback 1 given the matchup against the Jets. It don't get no fucking better than that. So we have Fitz. What other actives? We have inactives. I said Julio. We had Tua. We had Kalen Ballage is out. So that brings to the question, the forefront, Mr. Austin Eckler. What are we doing with Austin Eckler? Let's go to my, let's just fuck it and say, let's go to my E-Town Get Down team. Because I know you guys are, no one's fucking interested in that, to be honest. But we gonna do it. Whoa, why is it like this? Are you guys seeing this on my screen like this? This is fucked up. Oh, I see. I see what you did. Secondary display. Boom, we're fixed. Let me make me a little bit smaller. Make this thing a little bit smaller. I tell you what, this fucking software for live streaming it just isn't quite there yet. Just isn't quite there yet. In the same way that, let me move this. Like we could put a fucking man on the moon. You can't give me a goddamn wireless vacuum. What the fuck's that about? All right, so this is my roster for the E-Town Get Down right now. We've got 2 quarterback spots. Really, I'm in first place, sitting at 9-2, so I'm almost definitely locking up at least the 2 seed. What I want to do is I want to get the number 1 overall seed and score the most points, because this would be 3 weeks in a row in which I scored the most, or 3 years in a row in which I've scored the most regular season points in the E-Town Get Down. Motherfucker can't close, though. Motherfucker can't close like a jammed door. I cannot finish and grab the chip, but this year I'm feeling good. And week 12, we started off with a bang. Will Fuller and Terry McLaurin on Thursday night on Thanksgiving. They started me off with a nice 45 spot. But the rest of my team is a little bit questionable because we have Tannehill and Cam going at quarterback. That's fine. The running backs are where things get sticky. Obviously, I'm going to start Miles Sanders. Eventually, he's going to do something fucking worthwhile. At RB2, we're deciding between Austin Eckler, Gus Edwards, and really that's it. Because I have Darrell Henderson and I have Jamal Williams, but neither of those guys you want to play, obviously. Question is, like, Austin Eckler, obviously, he is coming back off this really, really long-winded injury, right? It's been since week 4 since he got on the field. This is a serious injury with a high re-injury risk, no matter really how much time you put in between the injury and the player, okay? So this scares me in the fact that Kalen Ballage is out. I wish Kalen Ballage wasn't out so that Eckler would actually not get that much run this week. I don't want to start him, but he is, I want to say, my top 20 running back right now. I want to say I put him into the running back 20 spot or 21 spot in my rankings. So, like, I'm probably going to start him if I have him, because without Ballage, they're going to give him a little bit more work than he probably should have gotten. Troy Maine Pope is going to be active. It's going to be Josh Kelly. So I would imagine Josh Kelly gets, like, the in-between the tackles runs. I hope they don't give Austin Eckler too much of that. What I think we'll probably see is some design screen plays. I think we'll see them try to get Austin Eckler in the open. I don't think you'll see a lot of up-the-middle running, whereas when he's at full strength, he's the guy who is getting early down carries. He's the guy who's busting off, 5, 6, 9-yard runs up the middle, outside, zone scheme fucking plays, whatever. I don't know how much of that we're going to get today. So I'd imagine maybe Eckler gets somewhere between 6 and 8 carries and then probably catches 3 or 4 balls. And Eckler's a guy who, first of all, it's a great matchup against the Bills defense, who's not good against the run. But Eckler's a guy who can give you, solid fantasy points on that type of workload. Them projecting him for 15, this is all half PPR fantasy points, is a little bit out of control in my opinion. But I could see, I could see him ending with 50 to 60 yards and a coin flip on a touchdown. So that's how he gets to that number. I don't think that's the most likely outcome, but he's going to be in there because I have Gus Edwards going on Tuesday. Maybe going on Tuesday. For our league, what we're doing, as we've done earlier on in the year, if that game does not get played, everyone sent me a substitute. Everyone sent me a substitute player. So if you got a Baltimore, you got a Pittsburgh player, you're texting the commish. You're saying, hey, for me, like, for instance, I would say, like, hey, I want Rager in for Gus Edwards in case Tuesday doesn't go. If they play, you get that guy. If they don't play, you get whoever you used as a substitute. So I'm going to keep Gus in there now. Again, I've talked about him this week. Like, I think he's a talented running back. I think he's in a run-first offense. I think he's in a spot where he gets a lot of opportunities. Just him and Justice Hill. Now, I did read somewhere that there's, like, a slight possibility that one of the other running backs could be like for the Tuesday's game, but I don't really think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. So Gus should get to work. But, with that whole banged up offensive line, this could be a game where Gus gets like 14 carries, plus they got RG3 back there. RG3 hasn't thrown a fucking football on the field in years. So it's going to get ugly, man. It's going to get ugly. I'm just going to bank on the volume, though. I think like Jalen Reagor actually gives me probably a higher ceiling there, and obviously I got Thielen down there on the COVID list. But all in all, like, I feel fine. We started off with a really good performance on Thanksgiving, and I'm not really worried about losing this game. So we're going to say fuck it. We're going to say fuck it. Also, real quick, yo, I know we did a lot of stuff in the card game. We did a lot of stuff in the card game earlier on this season, but the homie Georgie Memes has taken over the card games for BDGE. All right, this is our official Instagram handle, Basement Sports Cards, at Basement Sports Cards. This is official. Big dogs. Georgie taking over. He's been wildly invested into cards this offseason and during this season, and will continue to do so throughout the offseason. So if you are into cards, you want to learn how to start collecting, you want to learn which cards to flip, we've actually partnered with, and this is not really a plug for it, but I guess it works with it. This company called StarStock is really fucking cool. StarStock is like, it's an online marketplace where you buy and sell cards, but since cards are a weird product in the sense that, like, they're one of the only physical products that you don't actually, you could buy, but you don't necessarily want or need to hold on to them. They keep the cards in their warehouse. So, like, you buy a card for 25 cents, right? Whatever, Jalen Reagor rookie card for 25 cents. It's in your account. Like, it's on your account on StarStock, but they hold the card for you. Thus, you could flip it within 5 minutes. So you buy it, and then you can immediately flip it. So it's like a very quick stock market-ish type feel. And George has been absolutely killing it. He's posting on the stories, like, cards that he's been flipping, 5x, 10x, flips from 1128. This is one day. Royce Freeman. We've got Tua, Terry McLaurin, 7x on that. So it's a lot of little flips. So if you're into, like, the quick flip game, I mean, you could buy expensive cards too, obviously, but if you're into that kind of shit with cards, like, StarStock is actually a really, really, really cool infrastructure of a business. And me and George got on a call with the founder of the company a couple days back, and they just started in May, so they're getting it going a little bit, and it's got a lot of potential. So if you're into collecting cards, one, go follow Basement Sports Cards, but you can start up on starstock.com. So if you go to starstock.com, this is where you can start buying the cards and shit. If you use the promo code BDGE, I want to say they're going to give you either $5 or $10 when you deposit money on there to play with. So realistically, you could buy like fucking 50 cards with that, because cards go for 10 or 20 cents. Get a good player, right? You grab someone like Devontae fucking Parker today, Ryan Fitzpatrick today. Both of them should have good games. Their cards will probably go from like 5 cents up to 17 cents. And before you know it, you bought 100 of them. You could flip them for fucking $100. Basement Sports Cards, starstock.com. Use the promo code BDGE. Let's get into thy chats. What's going on YouTube? Okay. Carr or Fitz? I've got Carr ranked higher, but if you're looking for more of a ceiling, I think Fitz probably makes a little bit more sense given the rushing and everything, and just given the straight matchup. But I mean, Carr's been phenomenal. I think what's most likely, like, I think we're getting a floor of like 250 and 2 touchdowns from Derek Carr against the Atlanta defense. But with Fitz, he could always pop off for 45 rushing yards, a touchdown, 200, and 2 touchdowns through the air. Hey, Kevin Metzger, why don't you go sit on it, bitch? Ebron or Reed standard? Yeah, I'll go with Ebron there. I don't have a lot of faith. Man, am I like really staticky and buffery and shit? I don't like the picture coming through. This is what happens every time I start the live stream and I go with low latency, which means it's more like real time. The connection gets a little bit worse, but I'm not as delayed. What's up? What up, Mark? Matthew, sit 1, half PPR. Robert Woods, AJ Brown, Allen Robinson, Deontay, Michael Pittman. My gut's yelling me to start Pittman. Yeah, Pittman makes a lot of sense to start this week, but you have a lot of really solid options. Like, there's no way I'm sitting AJ Brown. There's no way I'm sitting Deontay Johnson. A-Rob's got the tough matchup, plus he's got Trubisky at quarterback. He's going to have Jair Alexander on him. Robert Woods, I guess, has been wildly inconsistent. Coming off the big game, could see him have another dud game against San Fran. I do believe Richard Sherman is going to be suiting up this week, so that makes it tough as well. It's really close between A-Rob, Woods, and Michael Pittman, but like according to my rankings and just the boom-bust factor, I would probably sit Pittman. But I don't blame you if you want to fuck around and be like, yeah, I really want Michael Pittman in my lineup. Half PPR, Cole Beasley or Jalen Reagor? I really like Cole Beasley with John Brown out. Russell Gage, Mike Will, Kirk, pick 2, PPR, please no. Please no. Full PPR, I will probably go with... man, for some reason, I still don't really I just don't really trust Christian Kirk, but he should be really opened up with Stephon Gilmore shadowing DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm gonna go with Gage, and I'm gonna go Christian Kirk. Jordan asks, PPR, start 2 running backs, Gio, Brian Hill, Breda, Drake. So Drake, I'm definitely going to get into my lineups. I mean, he's clearly the starter, and he's back, and he's going to be the guy there in Arizona. Who was the other one that I just missed? These things coming in too quick. I want to say it was Gio, Hill, and whoever the third running back you said in there was. I'm sitting him, and then between Hill and Gio, I have Gio ranked a little bit higher because it's PPR. Hurst or Goddard full PPR. I'll answer that for you, Cameron. I'm going to go with Goddard there for sure, but you're getting put in time the fuck out. You say Deontay Johnson with the COVID going around. I've got Higgins plus Chenault. Yeah, I mean, I said this yesterday. I said this a few days ago. Like, the NFL is going to do every fucking thing they possibly can to make sure these games are on time in the week that they need to be played, because we don't have a lot of time left, and they're going to have to start extending the season, which is probably the last thing they want to do. So they don't give a fuck about competitive advantage. Oh, we could talk about the Denver quarterback as well. The Denver quarterback, Sports Bra, was good. You guys also, when you do super chats, like put the question in the super chat, because like if you do the super chat, the money pops up, and then you do a comment like 8 comments later. There's always like a billion people that comment in between that shit. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. So we have Hinton, this dude Hinton, and I have him ranked. Obviously, he is wide receiver eligible. So when I updated my rankings this morning, I mean, he's not someone that I'm about to go like crazy on and become a must start, but I think he's a top 25 wide receiver. Like, listen, I know Taysom Hill was awesome last week, but here's the thing. Like, Taysom Hill actually is a quarterback. He throws the ball and can throw the ball well when asked to. He's also a phenomenal runner. So just because this guy is an athlete playing quarterback does not mean he's going to have the same type of success that Taysom Hill is having, right? He's a wide receiver, and he couldn't even get on the field at that. So while he's a phenomenal athlete because he's in the fucking NFL and everyone in the NFL is a phenomenal athlete, doesn't necessarily mean he's a phenomenal athlete relative to other NFL athletes on the field, and probably a worse one considering they're all playing over him. So I have him at wide receiver 25 for the week, okay? I have him behind Cooper Kupp. I have him behind Robbie Anderson. I have him behind Devontae Parker, Allen Robinson, those guys. Because, I mean, listen, there's a chance that, one, he's like splitting snaps at quarterback with Royce Freeman, and they just run a ton of option plays where they just run a ton of Royce Freeman with Philip Lindsay and Melvin Gordon in the backfield, and they don't throw the ball a lot. I'd highly doubt that they're going to be game planning to have this guy throw the ball more than like 12 times in this game. So yeah, it's cool that we get excited about him getting passing yards, but the over under of his passing yards in this game, I would set at like 55, 75 yards. And realistically, what is that in fantasy points? Was that like 2 to 3 fantasy points depending on your scoring settings? So yes, it's cool that he's getting a little bit of a bump up there, but don't expect him to put up like 200 yards passing, okay? His rushing numbers will obviously probably be there too, because if he's running option plays like Royce Freeman, then he's going to get some points from that. But again, he's not getting any receiving work, okay? Because he's going to be a quarterback and or like a running back. So I'm not like, I think he'll probably end the game with like 10 or 11 points, and he'll probably throw a couple interceptions. He might get strip sacked. Like, he's not going to be a quarterback that's very aware of what's going on from the Saints defense fucking shooting up up into the backfield and shit, all right? So I think it's cool that he's an athlete playing quarterback, but more likely than not, he's going to get absolutely fucking killed in the backfield. Albert D said, pick 2, AB, Mostert, Damian, Rager, or Whites. Okay, so full PPR, I would go with, I mean, I'm still on the Raheem Mostert bandwagon here. So I like Mostert, and I like AB. I think they're all actually solid plays, except for I don't like James White, but AB, Mostert, Damian, Rager are all pretty close for me, but I'd go AB and Mostert. Daniel, Gus Edwards or Jalen Rager, PPR flex spot. I think it's like a ceiling versus a floor play. If you want a ceiling, I would definitely look for Jalen Rager. But again, with Gus, I feel like semi-confident that he'll get enough workload to give you, 10 fantasy points. But I think Rager has a real chance to like explode on national TV this week. So I guess I'll lean towards Rager there for you. Skirt. Adam says, how we feel about Jamison Crowder with Darnold bike? I'm not too excited about him being anything close to what he was in the beginning of the season. If you remember back to the beginning of the season, he wasn't competing with anyone for targets. And like both Mims and Perriman have both actually emerged as legitimate wide receivers on the outside for this Jets offense. They both came into the year banged up, right? Mims and Perriman both missed time, which is huge for one, like a rookie missing time in the summer plus early games is usually a cocktail for a really, really bad season. And Perriman's not that much different in the sense that he came over to a new team. Like coming over to a new team is very similar to a rookie coming to a new team in that those summer months are super important. So not having those guys on the field obviously funnels the targets to a guy like Jamison Crowder, but we've seen the chemistry with Crowder. We've seen the chemistry with Darnold and Crowder together. So Crowder's more of like a wide receiver 3, like a low-end wide receiver 3 for me. Not someone that I need to sit or I need to start, but it's going to depend on your lineup. I think I like the other wide receivers better than him this week, unless it's full PPR. Sports Bra, half PPR, super flex, A, Hill. This is the most confusing question I've ever seen. Hill, okay, you're putting the position afterwards. So it's Brian Hill, Chenault, Green, or Debo. I'm not really sure what the question is. If it sits one, start one, but I'll rank them for you. We'll go with Brian Hill as the 1, Debo as the 2, Chenault as the 3, and AJ Green as the 4. Because AJ Green's already like the 3rd or 4th option in that offense, and now he's dealing with not Joe Burrow anymore. Chenault, exciting player, but it hasn't really translated into fantasy points. And Keelan Cole is kind of the number 1 on the outside there. Plus, they're playing with Mike Glennon. So, I don't know. Chenault could catch like 5 or 6 passes, but in half PPR, that doesn't really excite me. Debo's going to be the 1 there with Brandon Ayuk gone. George Kittle gone. Does have a tough matchup against Jalen Ramsey, which is why he moves to 2. If it was an easier matchup, he'd probably be the 1 here. But he's also coming off a multi-week injury. So that's why I have a little less confidence in him than Brian Hill, who is obviously the 1 in that bike field now for Atlanta. So we're going to rank them: Hill, Debo, Chenault, Green. Sports Bra, I hope that helps. Ooh, boy. Eric, Damian Harris, Gio Bernard, or James White? Full PPR, I'm going to go with Gio. I'm going to go with Gio, Damian Harris right behind him, and then James White. Millie Tings, what was your question? Oh, tight end. Okay, we've got a couple up here. My bad if I miss the super chats. Sometimes I get into a zone and they come and they just shoot up. Tight end, Cook, Burton, or Rudolph. Also Eckler or Gallman. I'm going to go with Rudolph there. I actually really like Rudolph this week with Irv Smith ruled out and Adam Thielen ruled out in a really nice matchup. So Rudolph would be my tight end there. Also Eckler or Gallman. See, that's where it gets like borderline right now because my rankings right now have Gallman as the 7th. Actually, I have him pretty significantly higher than Eckler. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gallman there. Great matchup, and he's been an absolute beast. So, Millie, I'm going to go with Gallman and Rudolph there for you. Kyle Bindi, Taysom Hill or Fitzmagic. PPR, White, Brian Hill, Boyd. I will play. I feel a lot safer with Fitzmagic in my lineup. Taysom Hill seems like I have him ranked a little bit higher. I think like 2 spots higher or 1 spot higher, but my confidence level in Taysom Hill this week is really low. I feel like the bust game is coming. I feel like he's going to have a floor game this week, and it's not going to be pretty. So I'd actually go with Fitzmagic, and then PPR I would go with Brian Hill there, Kyle. Mikey Esposito. Most Italian name I've ever seen. Half PPR, Jacoby Myers, Tyler Boyd, or Rager. Really close. Really close between all those guys. You know what? The more I think about it, the more I'm really feeling this fucking Rager breakout game coming. Though Jacoby Myers was so good for so long, kind of had the one bad game, which puts a bad taste in your mouth. Really close between Jacoby Myers and Jalen Rager. I'm going to go with Rager, man. I'm going to go with Rager. Big players, makes big plays, big games. That's what Jalen Rager is, baby. Georgie Facinelli, whatever the fuck your name is. Frascarelli. Man, do I have like a full... Is my demographic of my audience full Italian? It's out of control. Full PPR, flex A-Rob, Hines, or Montgomery. Oh man, it's not Hines for me. I'm not in love with Hines this week, but very close between A-Rob and David Montgomery. I want to say when I fixed up my rankings this week, I moved David Montgomery above Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson, of course, has that really tough matchup with Jair Alexander, Mitch Trubisky, and Green Bay Packers are just a team that you could beat on the ground. So I'm actually gonna lean towards Montgomery there, Georgie. Cam or Wentz and Pittman or Mike Will. We're going Cam there. Oh wait, Cam or Dimes. Ooh, interesting one. Okay, I'm gonna go with Cam there, man. I'm gonna go with Cam. I like the matchup against Arizona. Should force them to play a little bit more fast pace with the way that the Cardinals run their offense, which is not something we typically see out of the Patriots. But whenever Cam has high volume, whenever he needs to be in like comeback mode, it always ends up being a pretty good fantasy game out of him. And Pittman or Mike Will, those two are so close for me. I mean, they both kind of bring the same thing to the table. They're both like almost exactly the same player in terms of fantasy this week. But I'll go with Michael Pittman there. The matchup is great for both of them. Mike Williams should probably see a little bit of Tre'Davious White, though. I know Keenan Allen's obviously the guy, but he's a big-time slot guy, so might not see all of them. But with Michael Pittman, like, I mean, he's moved into the clear number one wide receiver role there, whereas that's not the case for Mike Williams. Like, he's not going to jump over Keenan. He might not really even be the two on any significant week. So I like Michael Pittman over Mike Will. Sexy. Sexy. Aha! What else we got? What else we got here? Did y'all pick up your fucking products from Manscaped yet? Yeah, Animal, you run the show in the comment section. Anyone who has questions, you ask Animal. Kyle Reed, Spaghetti Anderson, or Bobby Trees, full PPR. Oh, so close. But I'm gonna go with Robbie Anderson with Teddy Bridgewater back. Teddy Bridgewater bike. I need y'all to go to Manscaped and use my fucking promo code, because when you support me there, you support the brand. When you support Manscaped, you support me, but you got to use the promo code BDGE. You've got to use the promo code BDGE, okay? Here's the thing. We're running a competition right now. Manscaped is sponsoring basically fucking every fantasy football YouTube channel and podcast in the world this week and last week. And whoever performs the best, they're going to buy us a full-ass studio. So if you want this fucking place to go through the roof, you want the stonks to be fucking not even eligible in the stonk market, manscaped.com, use the promo code BDGE. They've got a wonderful package of this travel bag with the Lawnmower 3.0. I literally used it in the shower this morning. I need to charge it, though, because it's out. That's how fucking often I use it. And then they've got ball toner and ball reviver and crop preserver and all this fucking stuff that you put on your nuts, and they're going to be as beautiful as they've ever been. Your girlfriend will thank you. Your roommate will thank you because you probably normally fucking stank. But no more. Manscaped.com, promo code BDGE. When you support Manscaped, you support me, okay? We need y'all to do that for me. We need it. I need it. What we doing? Austin Eckler expected to get significant carries in Week 12 versus Bills. I've heard everything but and in between. Like, I don't know if I trust that at all. I think they're big lying. Thomas D, what's good? Thank you for the super chat. Lindsey versus Beasley, Hinton versus Boyd, Snell versus B. Hill. Okay, that's I really like Beasley this week with John Brown out, so I'm going to go with Beasley over Lindsey. Plus, it's PPR, doesn't get much pass catching work, and they're going against the Saints run defense, which is extremely tough to run against. So Beasley over Lindsey, Hinton versus Boyd. That's probably where I draw the line for like Hinton, but I'll play Hinton over Tyler Boyd there, and then Snell versus Brian Hill. That's really close. I'm going to go with Snell, though. Snell moved up my lineup of my rankings this morning, given all of the Baltimore Ravens defensive players going on COVID. They're going to have a tough time keeping up and playing well against the Steelers, in my opinion. So Snell versus Brian Hill, or Snell over Brian Hill. TB, pick 2, half PPR. What's up, Fade to Public? Cunt, 2 animals now, double answers. Oh, God. AB, Sterling, Aguilar. Heart says Aguilar. Thank you, big dog. Your heart says to sit Aguilar. I'm definitely going AB as one of them. Coming off a big target game. I think they eventually connect and get into the end zone this week. Sterling, Aguilar. Yeah, I like Aguilar more, man. Sterling just provides no fucking ceiling whatsoever. Like, he gets like 4 or 5 catches every week, but it's always for like 6 points. I'm going to go with AB and Aguilar as my starts for their TB. Dylan Sands, Brian Hill, Devontae Parker, or Deontay Johnson? Man, I want Devontae Parker in my lineup real bad, but I'm not sitting Deontay Johnson. So, Dylan, I'll go with Deontay there. He's just been too good. Jarrell, I bought 3 Manscaped packages using BDGE. Christmas presents. That's what I'm fucking talking about, Jarrell. You're the GOAT. Jarrell, any question you got right now for me, I'm going to answer for you. If you bought Manscaped, I'll answer any fucking question you got. I don't care if it's fantasy. I don't care if it's football. I don't care if it's fucking about animals, taint, whatever you want, Jarrell. You get 1 free question for everything. I'll try to find it once you post it, but I'm probably not going to be able to find it. Joe Renardo was good. Bobby Trees or A.J. Brown, full point. Steelers or Giants D. Sonny the Golden Retriever has been a bust lately. Okay, so Bobby Trees or A.J. Brown. That's A.J. Brown for me for sure. Tough matchup, but can't forget when they played him a couple weeks ago. A.J. Brown dropped that 60-yard touchdown pass. I think he'll be fine. He's just too fucking good to hold down. Steelers or Giants D. Really, man, that's just a toss-up, to be honest. I think I moved Steelers D up to number 1 this week, and Giants are number 2, so it's not like a clear-cut answer. But with all the injuries on the Ravens offense, I'll probably go with the Steelers there. Jarrell, did you ask me a question or not yet? Lazard or Pittman, and Jonnu Smith or Kyle Rudolph? Okay, so I'm going to go with Pittman there, JB. I'm going to go with Pittman over Lazard. I still want to see a game where Lazard is like actually operating as the number 2 guy, and he hasn't done that yet. He's still running. I know he's coming back from the injury, but he's still running snaps behind MVS. I don't think that will last much longer, but I still want to see it before I get him in my lineup when we have a guy like Pittman who's clearly operating as the number 1 right now. Good connection. Phillip Rivers has somehow been hot. He is. He's fucking hot right now. Can't deny the man. And then we have Jonnu Smith or Kyle Rudolph. I'm going to go with Kyle Rudolph there, man. Kyle Rudolph has risen up my rankings quickly because of the Irv Smith injury news and stuff. Nash fan. Hey, look at that. You're just sending me a little fucking guy pumping iron. I guess no question, my man. That's cool. That's cool. I see Fade the Public just flooding the chat with beautiful, beautiful answers there. Was good, X-Ray. Yo. Hang. All right, let's get back into my lineups and let's set another team. Let's do the Go Fade Me League. All right, I'm going to close this fucking thing. Make sure you're following us. You got my personal accounts on Twitter at Nick_BDGE, on Instagram, just at Nick Ercolano, and then all of the brand accounts are BDGE 2_. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Go follow them. And then text me, you bitch. Millie Tings, I'm going to go with AJB there. Okay, so this is my team in the Go Fade Me League. This is a Dynasty League. This is a Dynasty League in which I need a fucking win or I'm going to be knocked out of the playoffs because I played against fucking Taysom Hill, who shouldn't have been eligible as a wide receiver, but he was, and he's gotten the flex. He put up 27 points, ended up losing by like 21 points. It was bullshit. A bunch of fucking bullshit, all right? Regardless, playing Scott. Editor Scott. GOAT. And The matchups are tough. So in the quarterback position, I'm deciding between Cam Newton, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Sam Darnold. I think I pretty much have that set in stone. We're going to go with Cam and Kirk. Kirk's got a great matchup, and he's been pretty fucking good as of late, though he is without Thielen. I didn't think about that until right now. So the other pivot would be Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan's without Julio Jones. So that's going to be a last-minute decision for me most likely. I think I'm going to probably pivot to Matt Ryan now that I think about it, because this team without Thielen is going to go extremely run heavy against Carolina, and Thielen's like his red zone guy, so he might have a little bit of trouble scoring there. So we're going to save that. We're going to save Matt Ryan in the lineup, though I don't hate it. I don't like it without Julio. So at running back, we have Mike Davis. We have Nick Chubb, who are obviously cemented into my lineup. And at wide receiver, we have Tyreek Hill and Brashad Perriman. So I don't have a lot of options at wide receiver, unfortunately. We have Brashad Perriman, and then I'm deciding between Perriman, Russell Gage, and Laviska Shenault right now. I'm probably going to stick with Perriman. He's been hot, but having Sam Darnold in the lineup as a quarterback makes me a little bit nervous because we haven't really seen the chemistry there. If it was still Joe Flacco, I'd feel good about it. But I might, every time I stack Matt Ryan with Russell Gage, which should never be a fucking stack that you have to do in your lineups, I have to do it sometimes. It never works out. Laviska, I don't think there's a real ceiling there. I think I'm probably... Man, I think I'm probably going to... Why do they have Laviska projected for 10 fantasy points? I feel like he hasn't even had a game this year that he scored 10 fantasy points. If Julio's out, I'm probably going to pivot to Russell Gage over Brashad Perriman against Miami because they have some fucking tricky cornerbacks out there. So Tyreek Hill is the obvious one. And then flex is where it gets interesting. I've got Gio. I've got Eckler. I have J.D. McKissick already played. I have Christian McCaffrey out, obviously. I have Kalen Ballage who got ruled out. And then I'm deciding between Brian Hill, Matt Breida, Gio, and Austin Eckler. I'm going to keep Eckler in there. With Gio, it's just like, man, I can't put 3 Falcons in the lineup. I can't do that. I can't do Brian Hill, Matt Ryan, and Russell Gage. Because when they lose and they all fucking stink, it's just going to be 4 daggers to my heart. I just can't take that pain. Not on a Sunday morning. I just can't do it, you know? And I don't trust Matt Breida. I feel like they're just going to end up splitting the workload. He's going to catch 0 passes because Patrick Laird and fucking Malcolm Perry are going to catch 72 passes. So I think I'm going to stick where I'm at right here with my lineup. And we could check the lineup that we're going against right now. Damn, what fucking... I'm so mad that Scott picked up... good start on Thanksgiving. His team is... it was stacked in the beginning of the year, but he's hurting a little bit now. Started off with Zeke, who got him 2.4 points. It was a great start for me. And then he had Lamar Jackson, so he had to fill in Robert Griffin for him. He had Mark Andrews, and I'm pissed about this because he picked up Kyle Rudolph literally like yesterday. Otherwise, he wouldn't have... I'm surprised he didn't play TJ Hawkinson. He wouldn't have had a fucking tight end to play if he didn't pick up Kyle Rudolph. So I am an idiot, and I should have looked ahead. That's what happens when you join too many fucking fantasy leagues, and you can't really focus on any of them because it's fucking nonsense, all right? So this is the matchup we have here. I'm feeling good after Zeke put up the 2.4 points, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I need this because next week I get to play against Snacks, who's fucking basically tanking, and that will give me a win. And that's that for that. That's that for that. What else do we got? Pick 2, half PPR. Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, Brian Hill. Really worried about the Pitt-Baltimore game being canceled and A-Rob in a bad matchup. Yeah. Deontay Johnson and David Montgomery are probably going to be my 2 plays there. I know you're worried about the cancellation. I just don't think the NFL gives a fuck at this point. Like, I think the only way they actually cancel this game is if like Big Ben were to test positive and like half the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers were to test positive. But I think they're going to play the game. So I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson. I'm going to go with David Montgomery there. That dude, the bet. PPR, starting running backs. Gordon and Jacobs, flex is open. Should I start Hines over Gordon and Brian Hill on flex? Bench wide receivers are Fulgham, Cole, Jamal Williams, P. Ryan, and Michelle. Well, P. Ryan's on the IR. So actually in a full PPR, dude, I think I would sit Melvin Gordon. This matchup is going to be terrible for him against the Saints, and they don't have a quarterback to actually move the ball. So if I were you, I would play Jacobs, Hines, and Brian Hill. That's the way I would maneuver that situation. I know Melvin Gordon's coming off the I know Melvin Gordon's coming off the big game, but like I don't trust that happening again at all. Am I playing Deontay with all the COVID mess? Mike asks. I'm gonna do it in the leagues that I have him, man. Scott, no, not good luck. Brendan Clark asks, Goff, Hill, get +5 for 100 rushing or 300 milestone, like Jared Goff or Taysom Hill. Yeah, I'm gonna play Taysom Hill there. Like I said, I don't love Taysom Hill, but like I definitely don't love Jared Goff this week. Thomas D, lowest scoring game: Carolina, Minnesota, Jets, Miami, Seattle, Philly, Tennessee, Indianapolis. Good question. I don't think it's going to be Carolina, Minnesota. Jets, Miami obviously has a chance to do that. Seattle, Philly. I think the Seattle, Philly, Loki has a chance to do that. Tennessee, Indy. Out of those four, let's look at the lines, actually. Let's look at the lines in the real sports books and see what they got for the lowest. Over under. I have a feeling it's probably going to be the Jets in Miami. They have an over under of 45. The Tennessee Indy game is at 51. Carolina's at 50. And the Seahawks Phillies at 48.5. So Vegas has the Dolphins Jets game as the lowest over under at 45, which I think I agree with, but I think the Seahawks Philly has a sneaky chance of taking that. Pick 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex, half PPR. Chase Claypool, Chris Godwin, Michael Pittman, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Reagor, Mike Davis, Gus Edwards, Jordan Wilkins, Lindsey Bell. Okay, so the running backs are going to be Mike Davis and Jordan Wilkins as my starters. The wide receivers, we are going to go with Godwin, we're going to go with Claypool, and we're going to go with Pittman. You need to do 1 flex, so I'm going to put Gus Edwards into the flex spot for you, Kerbin. JB, flex, Lazard or Jonu? Lazard for sure. Oh yeah, on the eBay front, we had Animals 0-11 bag sell for I want to say $37 this morning, which is it would have went for more if Animal didn't fucking start and end the bidding at 5 a.m. Ended at $37, 34 bids. Just love to see that. Ended at 5 a.m. though, so we didn't get that last minute like surge of bids going in. Still a good showing by you guys though, for sure. We'll have the 0-12 bag up when he's done. The 0-13 bag up when he's done. The 0-14, which will probably be the highest selling. That's like the Barry Bonds, like 756 or whatever the fuck he ended up with. How many home runs did Barry Bonds end up with in his career? Career home runs. 762. That motherfucker. Y'all watched the fights last night? I tell you what, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones like looked pretty fucking good for how old they were. I expected them to be like moving in slow motion, but they came out and were firing, man. They were moving quickly. Roy Jones didn't really move that well. He just kept doing like fucking fake punches. Like, you remember in the game, like in Fight Night round 3 or whatever, where you could do the like you had like a super special punch or some shit. He kept doing that. I'm surprised Mike Tyson didn't knock him out though. That was a good fight. The Logan Paul, is it Logan or Jake? Whatever the fucking Paul thing was. That was a good fight too. I knew that shit was going to happen. He's just so much bigger than Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson surprised me though, the way he came out. He just kept fucking charging at him. He kept like fucking just putting his hands back and like charging at him. I'm like, bro, you know you can like throw punches in a boxing match, you fucking moron. And then he got sleeped. It was a tiny ring. It was, right? It was. I was going to say, it looked like smaller than a normal ring. Was it though? Yeah, the draw was fucking absurd. The draw was dumb. Obviously, Mike Tyson won that fight. I think they did it just so like... Actually, I don't know why they gave it a draw. I guess that was like real... I don't know how they could have watched that fucking... I don't know how they could have watched that match and been like, yeah, it was a draw. Like someone had Roy Jones winning that fight. Made no fucking sense at all. Maybe they're just trying to get it up so like so they can have a rematch or some shit. Standard. Josh Jacobs, Raheem Mostert, Gallman need to. Jacobs is definitely in my lineup for that one, Mark. Mostert and Gallman are really close for me in standard. I think I would take Gallman. He's just looked really, really good as of late, and it's a great matchup. James White or Nyheim Hines? Forgot to ask the question. PPR. Definitely give me Nyheim Hines there. I think he's a better player. I think the offense makes a lot more sense. No Jonathan Taylor. We haven't seen anything out of James White, and I don't trust that passing game out there in New England. So give me Nyheim Hines. Nash God. Where does Eckler rank? He's my running back 21, I think. No knockouts allowed in the Tyson fight. I mean, like, yeah, they say that as a rule, but like obviously they would have knocked each other out if they landed on a good punch. Like, I don't understand how you can like say no knockouts, but also just be in a fucking boxing ring. Makes no sense. JB, flex, Drake or Lazard? Drake for me, for sure. Oh, boy. V. In the flex, Cup, Parker, or Hines? Ooh. I really like Parker and Cup. I'll go Parker there, though. I'll go Parker. For sure. But if you can get Cup into there, I think I would. Bro, you should do this every Sunday morning. You've made $70 in 20 minutes. Probably made more than that, to be honest. But, like, I hate doing Sunday morning live streams. One, I'm usually just not in a good... I slept really well last night for some reason for the first time in, like, 2 years. So I was like, fuck it. We're going to do a live stream today, answer some questions for the homies. Also, $70 in 20 minutes. That's way below my hourly rate. Gonna need more than that. I wonder if I could see like how much. I don't even think they show me how much I make on this. That's what I was saying. Like Nate Robinson, I got a good night's sleep, but Nate Robinson probably slept better than I did. It was funny how they were more worried about the two experienced 50-year-old fighters more than Nate with that 15-second count. Yeah, Nate was like low-key like dead on the ground for a while. And Snoop Dogg was just like, he from the hood. He gonna be all right. I was like, that's really amazing. You know what's so fucking good about the direction that the world is going? Like, watching those fights was fun as shit with Snoop Dogg commentating them. And like, even the interviews after the fights, like, even Logan Paul's interview was like, he's like wildly corny and, you know, he sounds kind of ignorant when he's talking about some stuff. But, like, there's nothing held back. Like, they're not worried about being politically correct and shit. I mean, it's one of the reasons that you guys like tune into what we're doing over here at Big Dogs and Fade the Public and all that shit. Like, there's no reason to feel like you need to spruce up production and be like this professional fucking setting. And I wish more live events would have dudes like fucking Snoop Dogg sitting there. Because most of the time the announcers like don't really do shit anyways. They give you very basic information. Like, it's a reason why we like Tony Romo so much. Oh my God, he gave us like a little bit of inside information about football. And we're like, that's so good. But like realistically, any football player could probably do that for you. But we're just so used to shitty-ass announcers that are just old and boring and need to be politically correct all the time that we have one little ounce of freedom, one little ounce of, like, golden commentary, and we fiend for more of it. Can we get some ASMR this morning? I'm not hungry. I don't really eat breakfast, so I'm probably not. That's what ASMR is, right? That's a good idea. You know what? Actually, I don't know if I have any money on my account. Bitch, I did. All right, we've got one more for you. We're gonna do a big motherfucker right now. You ready? We're gonna hit Monkey Knife Fight. I've got $20.53. $20.53, and we're gonna fucking hit on a touchdown dance. I got a $5,000 touchdown dance today on Monkey Knife Fight. It says pick 3 players in a $5 plus Sunday touchdown dance contest. If each player scores a touchdown, you win a share of the prize pool. Let's fucking run this. Let's run this. Actually, I'm gonna look at things other than the touchdown dances because I kind of fucking stink at those. Buffalo, LAC, Keenan Allen, charges, more or less. I want to do something fucking big. I want to win real big. 110x, more or less. Yeah, this is what we're doing right here. Fuck it. Also, if y'all have never played on Monkey Knife Fight, it is really, really fucking fun. And you guys should go do it. #1 place for player props. Oh, I don't want to do all quarterbacks. Fuck that. No. Is there more or less that aren't only quarterbacks? Damn, I think I played myself. We can do 6x. Why is this only... Oh, this isn't only quarterbacks. Okay, cool. 35x the buy-in. We're going to put $20 out. We're going to come out with 700 something. Is it that? Did I do that math right? Would love that. All right. If you have not signed up on Monkey Knife Fight, you can do so by using the promo code BDGE and doubling whatever buy-in you put in, okay? You double the buy-in that you put in. If you put down 10, you're going to get 20 to play with, and then you could fucking tail my terrible picks right here. We got to get all 6 correct. How are we feeling about Josh Allen? Yeah, hit them thumbs up, by the way. We got 250 people in here, only 120 thumbs up. Grow up. Josh Allen, under or over 295.5 passing yards against the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we're going to go with over there. Matt Ryan against the Raiders, over under. Without Todd Gurley, did they try to force the ball? Without Julio Jones, though, has he ever thrown for more than 290 yards without Julio Jones on the field? Yeah, everybody go to Monkey Knife Fight immediately. Throw down $10 and use the promo code BDGE, and I'll love you forever. Allen is on the Chargers. He's going against the Bills. What? Huh? Oh, I was thinking he was Justin Herbert for some reason. It doesn't fucking matter. Both of them are going to go nuts. We're just going to go over on Stephon Diggs. Dalvin Cook, 112 rushing yards against Carolina. Yeah, we're going to go over on that for sure. Keenan Allen, 7.5 receptions. We're actually going to go with under on that. Justin Herbert, 290.5 passing yards. I think I'm going to go with the under on Matt Ryan. I kind of want to go with the under on Herbert, too. No, we're doing a flip up. We're doing a switch up real quick. Josh Allen under, Justin Herbert over. $20 to win $700. Submit that bitch. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go. Here it is. We're going to screenshot this. Beep, bop. Can you do a live stream with the FTP guys? I'd love to ask them some live questions. Yeah, maybe next week. Maybe next Tyler Coleman, I'm screenshotting that. Not right now because one, I can't do snacks on a Sunday when it's Giants Sunday. He texted our group chat at literally 4:30 a.m. this morning. 4:30 a.m. and he was like, "It's fucking Giants Sunday. I'm gonna fucking kill everybody." I'm just like, I can't do that today. I can't deal with that right now. And plus, the games kick off in 20 minutes. BDE should live stream a fight at Snacks' front yard. BG UFC 1. Well, we wouldn't call it UFC 1. We'd call it BDGF. Big Dog's got a fight. Big Dog's got a cunt. Nick versus Animal main event. Yeah, I kicked the fucking shit out of Animal. Can we do kick? Oh, it's UFC, so we could do kickboxing. I'd box Animal. I'd be a little bit nervous to UFC with Animal though, because he's got a strong wrestling background and he's got some weight on me. If we did boxing though, I think I'd have him with the reach. He'd be like fucking Nate Robinson going to sleep. Oh, we bike, baby. Yeah, you would fucking take Animal, Chi-Town. You're a moron. I guess it's snacks right now. No, you don't love me if you're choosing Animal to beat my fucking ass. I don't believe it. All right, we're hopping off, okay? So, a few parting words. All of the shit that I plugged like 10 things today. I got to stop doing that. Next year, I don't think we're going to pick up any fucking sponsors. We're not picking up any sponsors because the only thing we want to sell is our fucking app. That's it. But for today, support the brand by going to manscaped.com, using promo code BDGE. You're going to get 20% off. You're going to get free shipping. It's a fantastic holiday gift. If you're a girl, for your boyfriend. If you're a wife, for your husband. If you're a husband, maybe your wife's fucking nasty and she needs one of the lawnmowers too. I hate you too, Daniel. Get it for your dad. Your dad, get it for your son. Great holiday gifts. BDGE, promo code. Go to Monkey Knife Fight, same thing. Promo code BDGE. You're going to double your deposit, and then we're going to win. Just fade me. Everything that I just picked, just fade those picks. Just go the opposite direction, and you'll probably end up fucking winning, okay? Manscaped, Monkey Knife Fight. Go follow Basement Sports Cards on Instagram. Make your face a pancake. Whatever, bitch. I'm going to put syrup on you. I'm out. Goodbye. Good luck in week 12. Love you.